Just want to start, guys, and showing you an extended blowback chod. Something that's not been around too often but has been around for many years. You don't see it very often in the magazines or anything like that. But a guy on the Rigs and More page on Facebook the other day asked could I show a video of it. And basically, as you see, probably show it upside down, it's an extended chod. As you can see there, the idea of it is, instead of the chod sitting on the D-ring, if the fish, or when the fish picks the hook up, picks the bait up, gets hooked, as the fish gets hooked, it blows the bait away, travels down the rig to the bottom, so the fish essentially thinks it's blowing the bait away, but the idea is the more it blows that bait away from the mouth there, it's actually pulling the hook home all the time, instead of just sitting up the top, on top of the D. So when a standard chod gets picked up, it can potentially blow it out the way. Now the idea of it is, if we can just sort of show you this, see it? Just so you can see it a bit better. Let's see how it sits there. So it's really neat. Gets picked up, and as you can see, it just gets blown right down to the bottom, a good 2–2.5 inches down, way out the carp's mouth. So I'd just like to show you how to tie that one. It has been shown before with crimps, but I'm going to show you another way. If you don't like using crimps, I'll show you a bit of an easier way. All I'm using for this one is the quarter mouth trap and £20. On this one, take a length, £20 trap. Use whatever you want really. I favour mouth trap. I think it's brilliant. Does exactly what you want. Does everything you want. Why change something, you know, that works for you. Now what we're going to do on this particular rig is the whipping knot. So I'm going to pass a line under the back of the hook, give yourself plenty of line above, make a loop on the back of the hook. Now what we're doing on this particular one is try and make your loop pretty big and pass your tag end under the back end there. Now what we're doing, we're taking this part of the loop and whipping it round. So by holding it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I can get 8, I like to get 8 on this particular rig. 8. Always make sure that tag end always comes through every time. And once you've got that, don't let go. Keep hold to this end and pull. And that will tighten your rig down. Then you end up with that there on the back of your hook. So yeah. Now what we're doing is passing that to the front of the eye, like so, and then just teasing the actual knot there. Tease it down. It's quite tight, so just give it a good pull down. There we go. So you're basically back to standard chod, as you can see. Okay. Now what we need is a ring swivel, like so. And what I do at this point, I have your little your ring for the back of your chod. Sorry, put my teeth back in. Work out what sort of distance you want your actual chod to be. So I'm going to go for that. You can ouch, that's pretty sharp. Just crimp it so it actually holds on itself. And what we're going to do is actually go 2 times round there. Just go twice round that rig and push it back through the loop you've created. And what we don't want to do now is pull the rig tight just yet. So at the moment we're looking for that at the bottom. Okay. At this point, attach your ring on your tag end and pass that back through the loop at the bottom of your rig. The one what you just made, the one what you just put your last tag end through. So you should have 2 going through that way at the moment in time. There we go. So we've now got that, and we've got it both passing through. We've got one going one way, one going the other. Okay, now what we can do is, now we can physically pull that tight now. take a puller, always moisten the knot and pull down. As you can see, it's actually pulled tight now, so that's actually trapping the back line through there. So now what we need to do is straighten the whole rig up first of all. But it's a bit of a tease, you know, in case you've got to try and get this right. So sometimes if you just pull the back and let go, there you go, we're starting to get shape now, because you need a better shape before we can actually realise what we want to do. So I'm going to pull that down a bit more and pull that through a bit more. Just keep teasing it till you get it roughly what you're after. Like so, it's looking quite nice now. And when you're ready, just look at yourself, it's just teasing that bit down because you want a nice loop, because you're still performing the D effect just the same as you would normally, like that. Okay. When you got it roughly like you're happy with the section you've got, what we need to do now is trim off the tag ends to about 10mm, 5mm, 10mm, then blob them down by my lighter. Careful not to touch the actual knot on your rig. You blob them down, just burn them down and let them just mould on their own. Just leave them, don't touch them, don't flatten the ends off, just let them go a little. Just let them, if you can see there, that's it, just leave them like, because we're going to have putty over it anyway. It doesn't really make much difference. There we go, so now we're left with that now. Okay, so now it's just a case of a bit of teasing to try and get this all right, get your main rig right first, as such. And then what I do is hold both of them, hold the top, hold both together and run around. You should end up really rough with something that's going to look something like you want. Okay. Now what I do, at this stage, a bit of putty. Put it down the bottom end. Pinch the two pieces together. So you actually crimp, not so much crimping together, but you're just keeping them together. And place your putty around them two blobs. Just knit it up. So what we're after is something like that. And as you can see, that's pretty sweet. That's not wrong with that at all. That's nice. There we go. Now what we do is looking for a bait. Get this one. A bit of dental floss. Wear off. Okay, dental floss here. Right, tie your bait on. Simple. Piece of dental floss. Make one loop. Pull your tag end. And make two loops. Pass your tag end through that middle loop twice. And just gently pull the little loop tight on there, and that's it. And you've got a slip knot. So what we need to do now is take your bait. I'll just put it in a case, somewhere where you're happy with it. Tie that down, as such. Obviously if you're on the bank you'd be meticulous, it's, dead down the centre, which that is anyway in all fairness. Take your choddy, pass it once through the eye, then it's as easy as 2 granny knots. That's all I ever do. So that's once, and pass that down. And on the ring, then one more granny knot. And I have to say, I've been carp fishing over 20 years now, and never once I've had one of these fall off. So if you haven't got confidence, just get on them, just try them. The pegs are okay, but they snap quite easy and so on. But at the end of the day, it's your own preference. I just like tying on. Then again, just blob the ends down, keeping your your tag ends away from the actual. Just touch them down, and there you go. Extended blowback chod. Quite neat, as you can see. You can use it with a stiff boom, either stiff boom or soft boom we're sort of going with now at the moment. Either way, that's pretty nice, and I hope that helps you out. No crimps, just a simple knot. In fact, there's only the 2 knots in there. Just pass it through, lob it off at the bottom, bit of putty around it, and that's it. Perfect. So yeah, this will be on the Rigs and More page on Facebook. It's Rigs On, as in Rigs UN, More, Rigs and More. Check us out, guys, and see you soon. Bye.